When someone says the word Netflix, of course most people already know that the next thing is going to be some bullshit. After all, this streamer has already distinguished itself many times in quotation marks with more than odd schemes. But now it seems Netflix is just hitting rock bottom. Why? Well, because he released, or rather is releasing, a documentary about one of the most famous women in history, Cleopatra. And in this documentary, he blatantly violates the historical truth by making Cleopatra dark-skinned. No wonder that the Egyptians themselves have already revolted against such a decision. The petition to cancel this creation for only a couple of days has exceeded 50,000 signatures. Well, the ratio of likes and dis under the released promo has broken any possible bottom. Hello everyone, here's more with stars, and here we go. So first, on the dry facts. On May 10th, a documentary called Queen Cleopatra is to be released on Netflix. By the way, this creation is promoted and produced by Jada Pinkett Smith, who is not unfamiliar to us. And of course, the main stumbling block after the newly released trailer was the fact that Cleopatra herself in the movie is shown as a dark-skinned, which is historically and scientifically absurd considering her origin. And people were especially outraged that this was done in a project that was positioning itself as a documentary. And now a bit of history. Cleopatra was the last active member of the Ptolemaic kingdom in Egypt. She was a member of the Ptolemaic dynasty and a descendant of Ptolemy I, and her first language was Greek. Scholars now agree that Cleopatra was mostly of Macedonian and Greek ancestry, although she may have had some admixture of other bloods, of course. But what is certain is that Cleopatra was not dark-skinned, period. But Jada Pinkett Smith and Netflix know better. It even got to the point that the Egyptians themselves, on a governmental level, were outraged by the behavior of the streamer and the authors of this pseudo-documentary. Zahi Hawass, an Egyptian archaeologist, Egyptologist, and former Minister of State for Antiquities, said the following about the upcoming film. It's a complete fake. Cleopatra was Greek, which means she was white, not dark-skinned. Hawass added that a trend has emerged in recent years claiming that the Egyptian civilization was of dark-skinned origin. He stressed that such claims were completely false. The dark-skinned civilization has nothing to do with the Egyptian civilization, Hawass said, pointing out that the dark-skinned civilization did not rule Egypt except under the 25th dynasty in the era of the Kush kingdom. Well, that's not all. A petition appeared online demanding to cancel the screening of the false film about Cleopatra, and it gathered 62,000 signatures in 2 days and then miraculously disappeared from the Change.org platform. It is unclear whether the petition was deleted by its creators or whether it was deleted, but the fact remains. And what else is interesting? The trailer of the future Cleopatra on YouTube just broke any bottom in terms of the ratio of likes and dislikes. Namely, we can observe that at 19,000 likes, there are almost 190,000 thumbs down. That is, the ratio of 1 to 10 is not in favor of Netflix. As for the comments under the trailer, that's a separate art form and some are worth reading. This trailer literally made me cry. I spent years at university parsing, studying, analyzing ancient texts, and more. To see this as a real insult to historians, this trailer hurts me deeply, knowing that the thousands of dollars I spent on my education is worth absolutely nothing compared to someone who is known for literally nothing. I have never felt so insulted. This is an insult. For God's sake, just read the Wikipedia page on Cleopatra. Didn't you hire a researcher? When was this idea proposed? How did it get approved? I need to know. This, as I understand it, is the real historian's reaction to some grandmother saying in the promo that her grandmother told her, "I don't care what they tell you at school, Cleopatra was black." Do you understand the level of arguments and facts in this documentary? Granny told Granny, that's what she said. Well, here's a couple more comments. As an Egyptian, I find cultural appropriation extremely offensive. I know I sound like a Twitter user, but damn, this is getting ridiculous. First, Afrocentrists insist that Egyptians are dark-skinned and that the current inhabitants of Egypt are invaders. And now Cleopatra the Greek is being portrayed as dark-skinned. Lol, stop trying to steal our history. And here's another review from the Egyptians themselves. The people of Egypt and the entire Mediterranean from the Levant to Greece to Spain deserve to be represented, not replaced in such a historically irresponsible way. In short, you get the idea. Netflix's venture was, to put it mildly, uninspiring. But nevertheless, I think the movie will still come out on time, no matter what the criticism. Or do you have a different opinion? Then write it in the comments. We'll discuss it together. That's all for today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give likes. This helps the channel a lot. Thanks for watching. See you soon.